And one of the things that we have found is since Russia's second unprovoked invasion of Ukraine, it really brought a lot of attention to that partnership. So it began in 1993, so this is their 30-year anniversary as well between California and Ukraine. And initially, it started out, as we said, they were a former Soviet bloc country, and we really focused on them on becoming more of a democracy. Maintenance, logistics, development of a non-commissioned officer corps, and it was both Army and Air. Our aviators would go over there and fly and train with them as well. And so from 1993 to about 2014, it was just day-to-day events. Throughout the year, we'd meet with them, do subject matter exchanges. But after Russia's invasion of Crimea and the Donbass region in 2014, it was in 2015 where we really sat down with the Ukrainians to look at what happened. Things they did well, things that didn't go well, lessons they learned, and areas that they determined, hey, we really need to work on these. And so the National Guard was part of an active Army program to create what's called the Joint Multinational Training Group Ukraine. And it was first manned by the active duty, and then it was handed over to the National Guard. And so really since the 2016 timeframe, the National Guard has been sending our brigade combat teams to Lviv in Ukraine to set up similar to what's our National Training Center, where we would conduct training and exercises with them. And we really did focus on those things that they learned from 2014 and 2015, like non-commissioned officer development, logistics, joint operations, short-range air defense, anti-tank, all of those things that they realized that they had to get better at. And now when you look at the invasion of in February 24th of last year, when Russia, for no reason came in to invade Ukraine, many people said, hey, they'll last a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Interestingly, the California Guard right from the start said, not so fast.
Really?
These folks have been training, they've been paying attention, they've been getting better. And now what some assumed would be a month is now a year and a month, a year and 2 months. Now, the training we gave certainly made a difference, but all credit goes to the Ukrainian people. They're making the sacrifices, they're fighting for the sovereignty of their nation, for the territorial integrity. They're fighting for their neighborhoods, all the parts of their country that the Russians have, basically occupied illegally right now. And so for us, the role that we had taken is the Florida Guard was actually there in Lviv training them up until 4 days before the invasion, and we pulled them out. They reset up in Germany. Later on after the invasion, when the Ukrainians could afford to, they sent folks back to train on new equipment, also to focus on training areas they needed to continue to develop. They were followed by the New York Guard, who's there now, and the Arkansas Guard will come in behind them to continue training them and helping prepare them to go back and fight for their country. So, but if you go back to California, I think one of the interesting things was because they had such great relationships with the California Guard, when the invasion started, those were the people who they had the cell phone numbers to and emails, and so they reached out to them first. And I think that really showed the power of relationships and being comfortable and trusting someone. Those are the ones you go to first.